Hello everybody, my name is Farmer Phil, and in today's video we are on the last video at the demo 5S. We're just getting the last of our grain sorted, brought back, the lock of straw bales to move, and at the very end we'll give our final thoughts on the 5S.135 4-cylinder tractor. It's a 4-cylinder, not a 3-cylinder, and I feel like a total getting that one wrong. Yeah, so we're tipping a load of grain here now, and as you've seen there, we've thrown grain across the wall with the telly. I nearly prefer putting it in the trailer then tipping it. It's easier. It's quite hard tipping across the wall, and it's definitely no quicker. You can have your next trailer filled, ready to tip while you're drying a load of grain. I find that just easier because you just tip it up, you let flow, and it just fills quicker than trying to bucket it across the wall. But anyways, that's this year's problem. So we get this load of grain tipped and leave it cooling then to go into the grain dryer. So we're just leaving the yard now in the 7618 and the low loader to head up. Lee's gone ahead of us in the 5S and the Blue Marston grain trailer. So the plan is we'll load the Blue Marston, he'll bring home the trailer with the 76, I'll be loading the straw, and he's going to bring up another trailer, get a load home, and another trailer, get a load home, and hopefully I'll have all the straw, and then we all go home. That's the plan. That's the plan. Anyways, we'll be on. Lee is loading away here. Plan is get the trailer loaded, then I'm going to load up all the straw that's left up here. The banger going off there with her beans. Get all the straw loaded up and straw the other side of the combine, and then get in and get the rest of the grain out of here. So we have, there's our winter barley, we have our spring barley behind there from last year, what's left, and a bit of oats then the other side, not a lot the other side. But get this all swept out so that this can be power washed, as the barley just the other side of the hedge there should be ready to cut next week. So we need to get this week, we need to get this all tidied ready for grain. I think part of the plan then as well, from what I heard, was we're going to be putting screens across between the pillars, trying to keep the birds out along with a banger, because it's a bit of an open shed, but here's what it is. I'm just going to tidy up this stuff here so that I can be ready to load bales when Lee gets the trailer full. But the 5S is flying it there. We are back up in the shed now, loading up another trailer. So we have the big Triffid trailer here. He has dropped it up, he's gone back to get another trailer, and hopefully 2 trailer loads should nearly bring everything that is here. I think it'll be take a third, but fatter fill things 3. Not the easiest angle to load at, but we'll manage it, we'll manage it. So I am coming down with a bit of a dose, just in case you are wondering with the voice. It's quite annoying, and the dust of the grain dryer, oh man, is not helping at all. Also, we had a little issue with the grain dryer, hard clattering coming out of it, and she managed to pop a bolt out on top that holds the spirals together, but we got it sorted. It's just left us well late on time, so get this job done. And it's, look, I was to leave back the tractor today, but I just messaged the lads there just to say that I'm just not going to be able. So I want to make sure that I could leave it back, but I'll be leaving it back dirty. I don't want to do that. I want to make sure I have it as clean as I nearly got it. Talking to one lads in Johnstons there, and they were just saying a video about, I was saying how the turning circle would be a bit on the poor side. That's an option, an extra that you can get mud guards, swivel mud guards, and then that allows the turning circle to go right in again the loader bracket, so you get that extra turning circle, which is probably the biggest fault I give this tractor anyways, is that it's not just the tightest turning circle I've ever had, or less than what I thought it should be for the size of the tractor. So that's just what they said, it's optional extra to get that swivel mudguard brackets that allow the extra turning. It's a lovely tractor to work the loader with. As you can see there, I'm just popping me buttons for them back there, double the losses on it. You know, one of the best things for with this tractor and loading the grain is all the suspension. Your front suspension, cab suspension doesn't really matter, but the front suspension and the soft ride on the bucket or the loader itself, filling literally no grain. Like, you couldn't, it's not a full bucket, I'm just struggling to get full buckets now, but you can just bomb along in and out the shed there. There's a bit of a step once you come down out of the concrete of the shed onto the gravel outside, but that doesn't matter to it. She holds it lovely, floating there very nicely, not spilling, in literally no grain, and all around it's a very, very nice loader tractor. I would spec in the tractor, the integrated steering, integrated joystick on the armrest, which is in the 7S, I very much like. And if I was buying a new tractor, I probably would get that. That'd be just my own preference. Just a matter of keep going in and out the shed. See, I could actually struggle just to fill this trailer now that I'm just pushing that back. Probably going to have to stop to load up the bales now just to be able to get at this properly. So I could be wrong, could only be 2 trailers, but sure, look, whatever it is, it is. So I think I'll stick the camera down on time lapse somewhere and try and get this filled up. It's just not that simple to get.
Walked in Friday night looking for a girl, feeling alright. Jukebox playing loud and true. Willie was singing that crazy tune. There she was, getting down, riding that bull, people crowding around. She stepped off and walked the room, got me hooked, nothing I couldn't do. I can't deny that I'm into you. She locked me up in her beautiful truth. These cowgirls got me singing the blues. She got me hooked, yeah, she got me. Up to the bar to get her a drink. The shooting star had me on the brink. She said, cowboy, why you talking to me? You ain't John Wayne, stop pretending to be. Lose the boots and your Stetson hat. A real man doesn't need to.
And we are in the combine now. Let's move it out of the way. There she goes. That low pitch humming you're listening to, quite annoying, is the data vision screen here beside me. So make sure everything is off. Just have to back it out of the way so I can get the oats on this side and clear all the grain that's under the combine. There is a bit under it, but I won't leave the shed right. And back it up. So that's the data vision screen. Someone wanted to see what it looks like. On the camera it does not look over hectic. So to drive the combine it's hydrostatic, so it's just on the lever. You pull it back, you go in reverse. Further backwards, you pull it faster. Vice versa going forward. And then there's, I'm pretty sure there should be a road gear lever there. There's your gear lever there for your speed to do when you be on the road or that. Just go up and down the camera, concentrate on what I'm doing just to get this out of the shed, but I just want to be able to get all that clean. The big animal of a yoke to navigate by yourself and no one watching whether you're going to run into it or not, so yeah, we get her out of the way. And now that is all the grain gone out of the shed. So there is dirt in that there, but Bro's gonna come up during the week with the power washer to wash out the shed, and he can look after that, just so that we are ready for our spring combining in about 2 weeks time, so we have somewhere to go with it. We're into the trailer here, and then we're going to bait on with the grain back to the yard. I'll leave the straw here for the 76 to get. That's that done. So we just have to throw the bale spike, and this last bale we'll throw it on top of the grain. The trailer's not full, so it'll sit in there. We can take it out, strap at home. We'll just get the combine back into the shed now, and yeah, we'll be grand. And that's her back in the shed. And now we are hooked up, ready for off. Big load of straw on. The Eoghan back to the yard now. We'll see how this works. Just to get the handy. Trailer's not fully loaded. It'll hold more bales, but it'll be interesting to see how it works out. So we're ready to go now anyway. So and that is us back. So just after whipping the straps off there, going to unload with the teleporter, because the shed we put her straw into, that won't fit into the lowest part of it, and I don't want to be chancing myself trying to put in stuff and then get caught. Just don't want that to happen. I have the bucket anyways. I left the forks up there in the back of the trailer, back of the grain trailer. That's the load of straw home. What can I say about the little tractor on the big trailer? It actually was quite comfortable. I was kind of expecting it maybe to boss it a little bit. You kind of feel her, maybe feel it twitching in corners and that, but no. Now the McKee low loader is probably one of the best low loaders to pull. I haven't pulled many low loaders, but I have pulled a few, and of them the McKee is quite a nice one. It's not like our old bale trailer we brought to Wilton's and got him to chop up. Jeez, that joke would bully anything. That was a tough pull, that. She had lots of power there. Now we have 3/4 of a full load of straw. You put a good bit more straw, especially square bales. You put a lot of square bales on the trailer. So I'd say we were around 3/4 of a load of straw. But she felt quite comfortable. She was quite comfortable climbing hills, going around corners, pulling off junctions. Everything was quite nice and smooth. You know, I wouldn't be concerned about putting that tractor on a full load of straw, or using that tractor to move straw that you could drop down the field, load your straw, hook up and bring it off. Would I do it with that full of silage? It holds 18 bales of round bales of silage. Probably not. I think that could be too much. Bringing the straw down to 76/18, and she's 180 horses, and you know it's behind you. Can't say anything more than that. She just done exactly what I wanted it to, and the straw's home now. So I'm just going to get by teeth, and then we're going to back it back and whack it into the shed there. Very impressive little Massey. And once we've the straw in the shed, then we wash and valet the tractor, and then we give our final thoughts on everything to do with the tractor and how we've gone over the last few days, our fuel consumptions and all that good stuff, how many hours we've put on it on 7 days. So we'll do that, probably be tomorrow morning, but yeah, I get the straw off just in case it rains. I give the final review of the Massey 5S.135 4-cylinder tractor. Don't forget, 4-cylinder. I feel like Massey might have to run an ad campaign just to make sure everybody knows it's a 4-cylinder, after me telling everyone in the first video it was a 3-cylinder. It's not a 3-cylinder, it's a 4-cylinder.
Why be him when you can be you? They don't make cowboys like they used to, but I can't deny that I'm into you.
And now it's time to send her home. Well, we'll have her washed, well, as best as we can, and we're not maybe as good. It's drying now, and it's like, damn it, there's more bits on it. Go at it again, but here's what it is. I'll have to sack my brush man. But yeah, this is the Massey 5S.135 4-cylinder tractor. 4 cylinders. There's 4 cylinders under that bonnet there. So we also got the Hustler soft hands off Johnstons as well for moving our lock of bales, and it done exactly what it says on the tin. Quite nice how it had the 2 stabilizer bars and everything opened equally, but still had a little bit of play in it, as there's slot of grooves on the bottom, so she would give a bit. She wasn't completely rigid. But what can we say? Lovely, lovely tractor. So if we just get into the cabs, we have her all cleaned up, dolled out as best we can, de-dusted. So I suppose we'll first start off with how many hours have we put on it, because that is the big one. Also 3690 is nearly there. We're tackling into other, not issues, but other things we want to get done. So we have 496 hours is what's on it, and when we got the tractor there was 426 hours. So we've put 70 hours in 7 days working. We've had it 8 days, but we didn't work on Sunday, bar moving from one spot to another because it was in the way. But that's 7 days work. Yesterday we only done about 6-8 hours with it, because we were loading grain and then we left the tractor. It wasn't working all day, but for all of last week, from Monday to Saturday, she worked every day at least 12 hours, 12, 13, 14 hours a day every day last week, and she absolutely flew it. So we done mowing, we done loader work, we done loading bales, we done loading grain, we loaded straw. We put her on the Fusion. We tried to put a pull on her and she did not let down. So the next big thing I think people will want to know is fuel consumption on the massive 5S.135. So on the mower, it was by far more fuel efficient than the 99 and the 7618 with the single mower on the back. We were running around 20 to 24 litres an hour, depending on what forward speed you were doing. On fuel economy, that's better than the other tractors, but it's not as fuel economic as the butterfly mowers, because you just get through so much more. You burn a lot more diesel. You burn actually twice the amount of diesel, but you're covering 3 times the amount of ground. So that's just one thing on that. When it comes to the Fusion on fuel economy, she's running about 5 litres an hour less than the 99 would. She'd start off, both the 99 and this would start off around the 13 litres an hour, just taking over, just full throttle but not taking in stuff, and they'd pack around that 30, 31, 32 litres an hour, whereas this goes to 33, the 99 goes to 47 litres. That's when the engine starts to die back. So this tractor never really got to that 33 where she started dying back on the Fusion. But when you were taking in grass, there was about 5 litres in the difference on average between this and the 99, and then about 3 litres in the difference between the 7618 and this. So this was the more economic tractor on the baler, and she just, I can't say anything but I'm shocked. I didn't think it was going to work as well. Like, I got permission from Johnstons. I said we're going to give it a go. We had to get a couple of fittings and stuff because we had problems with fittings and whatnot to make our baler fit the tractor, and we said we'll just do the one evening's bale and we'll just see how it goes. And she flew it, absolutely flew it, taking in heavy grass, chopping bales, packing the bales, no bother. Tractor did not feel, if I had any bit of windiness in it at all, like I thought she was getting a little bit hot, thought she was under a lot of pressure, just wasn't happy, I wouldn't have put on the second day. We put on the second day and she just flew it. Like 572 bales what we made with this tractor, and she flew it. Never once gave a bit of bother with the baler on, except the baler did bust a pipe, but that's machinery, that happens. Then when it comes to loader work, this is an absolute miser on fuel. I mean absolute miser. I was just keeping an eye. I'd put her on the hand throttle around 1100 just to give her a nice little bit of throttle, so you know you're forward back, you're not under pressure. You don't have to rev her to get the lift to go, arms to go up and down. She does that all herself, and she's an absolute miser. In all the bales we moved a lot of bales. I burned 3 bars of diesel. I burned absolutely nothing, because she's so fast on the hydraulics. You don't have to rev her up. I've worked quite a few loader tractors in my time, and I think every one of them you'd have to give her some throttle to get her top, to get her to go down quick enough. That is not a problem with this tractor, and that's made it an absolute miser. I just can't, just when you're at loader operations and you're just giving her that little tickle of throttle, she's an absolute miser. On AdBlue consumption, we have burned 10 gallons of AdBlue. So we burned two fulls of the tank in the 70 hours that we've worked it. I found when I was baling, she was burning more than she was when she was mowing, and she didn't seem to burn at all when we're at the loader operation, just loading stuff. So some of the things that I really like, it's very short tractor. It's, you know, she looks really nice. You have great set of lights even though they're not LEDs. She's a great compact tractor. Like the back end, everything is pretty straightforward. Difference now, she's plus on top, minus on the bottom. I've never seen that. All our other tractors are plus on the bottom, minus on top. Probably my favourite feature of the whole tractor is going up and down on the gears in here. So when I was driving, so when you were doing loader operations, you never had to touch the shuttle here. You were just, everyone was on the joystick. Forward, back, hydraulic spools, and up and down the gears. So if you want to go a bit faster, you want to go a bit slower. Even when I was on the road, anytime I needed to go up and down gears, I didn't use the shuttle, I never used the T-bar, I was just up and down on these buttons. I thought it was damn handy. The only time I used the T-bar was to change the preset, so that when you take off, your speed was 3A or 2A or whatever you wanted. ABCD is very quick on the road. She's very quick, bish bash bong on your full throttle. She's 45k on the road. She's very lively, very comfortable. Like, there's a lot of things going for this tractor. I can't do. The biggest issue I had with it is the turn and circle was quite poor. Now Johnstons did say to me that you can get them with the swivel mudguard bracket, which allows you to go have a tighter lock to get right in next loader brackets, and that would make a difference. I didn't really notice it when I was doing loader stuff, but I really did notice it when I was baling. She just could not follow the sport around. The joystick, I'm quite tall, so I sit quite far back. It's just outside my comfort reach, you could say, but at the same time it's not that big a deal. It's just down to, if you were speccing a tractor, I'd probably go with integrated armrest if that's something you can get. I'm trying to think, is there anything else? I'm trying to nitpick at things to say, well, I don't like this or I don't like that, because no machine is perfect. And to do a review, and an honest review, you have to be able to say what you like and what you don't like. And I'm just struggling to think of things I don't like. Just very comfortable. I'd spec things a little bit differently if I do go to buy one. I get the high-vis cab. If I can, I get integrated. I go with a 145, that extra bit of power, more comfortable, just more power. Just you can never have enough power, but I have to say the 135, everything we put it done. We didn't do any slurry work, we also didn't do any tillage work, but I can't see any reason why it wouldn't be able, based on how it pulled the Fusion, based on how the 6290 used to pull the Fusion, I can't see any reason why this wouldn't be able to handle the 2,500 gallon tanker. If anything, it might be just down to she'd be a little bit lighter of a tractor, but if you had front links and her front weight, that had solved a lot of that kind of thing. I can see her ploughing, no bother. That big Lemkin Harrow now could be where you could be pushing her a bit too much. 3 ton off the back of it could be too much, but saying that 6290 could run it, so I'd say if you could get that extra weight in the front, well, front weight and links, she'd work. Perfectly honest, I think this is an absolute fantastic tractor, and it's the kind of tractor that, for the likes of us that's farming and contracting, that you could have for the farm, for doing your loader work and doing all that lighter work, running your rake, running your tether. But then when you need it, you could put her on the big trailer, you could put her on the Fusion, you could put her on the big kit, and she'll pull in with the big boys and work away the finest. It's an incredibly, I just can't get over, especially with the Fusion. It's just a well-rounded, very versatile tractor that just has umpteen amount of potential. I really I was going in with high expectations to get used to the cab and that, like get in and get driving, because we're used to Massey's. I found it within 5 hours I was bombing along. Probably took 5 hours of loader work before I kind of got in on making sure I pressed all the right buttons, because it is a bit like push this, push that, push the other. But once you get in on it, it's really good. Definitely has given us food for thought. And the reason we actually got this is I actually did price a 5S. I seen on Johnston's socials. If you want to follow them on social media, we leave the links in the description. They're on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat. We leave all in the description down below. But I seen on one of their posts that they had a 5S.135, and I just got curious. Lee also drove this, and he said absolute poker rocker how quick it just got up to full speed on the road. And bro done a small bit of rake. We didn't film it because it was just a bit in the evening when we went baling, and he didn't say anything about it. He just done the job and was home again. Big thank you to Johnston's Farm Equipment for sending it out to us. It's just fulfilling the dream of actually getting to drive something like this, because this is on our radar. This and a 6S were the two tractors really on our radar, whether it was a 5713 or a 5S or a 6718 or a 6S180, to try and see how we like it. As it stands, we've two tractors there that at some point we will trade up. The 6270 and the 6480 will be traded up at some point, and one of these is definitely going to be on the hit list. Will it be new? We've never ever in the history of the family that I know of ever bought a new tractor. I think the newest they ever bought was a 1-year-old tractor, a 298 out of Johnstons, actually many years ago. Stranger things have happened, and maybe you never know. You just never know what's going to happen. We'll be keeping this one. We won't be. We're just not in the position currently, I don't think anyways, to do it. And the way that I look at things currently is we're just full tilt at the farm shop, and the farm shop might buy something like this, but this isn't going to build a farm shop. Well, it could if you were going to put backhoe and stuff on this. I'm mighty impressed with that tractor, and you will undoubtedly see one of these being bought at some point. A year's time, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, but this one of these will definitely become into our yard. It's definitely proved itself to be a very versatile, very useful tractor. Would have liked to try that slurry and tillage, but we've had it for a week. We put 70 hours on it. I can say without a shadow of doubt that is one hell of a tractor. So anyways, I'm going to leave it at that for today's video. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope you enjoyed all the videos in the 5S.135 4-cylinder. Don't forget, it's a 4-cylinder. And big thanks again to Johnstons. If you want to follow them or get in touch with them, we'll leave all the links and stuff in the description down below. You can follow them on their socials there, and every now and again when they have equipment and machinery coming in, to pop it up there. And that's as I said, that's how I kind of ended up with this indirectly. But yeah, so we're going to leave it at that for today's video. Let me know what you thought of how the tractor run in the comments down below, and anyone who has one, what do you think of them. And we're going to leave it at that for today's video. As always, please like and subscribe to the channel. Videos every Tuesday, Thursday and Sunday. That's it for me. Good luck.